What's up, brother? The master has arrived. Dave Chappelle has agreed to let me open for him. And in classic Dave Chappelle form, he said, yeah, next week, Wednesday, I got a show. So I got 7 days to prepare to do stand-up for the first time. I love the fear confront, man. When we reached out, I was thinking 6 weeks from now, you know. No. 12 weeks from now, Dave was like, cool, next week.
Yeah, Yo, you call your brother, I come running, man. You know what it is, man. I appreciate that.
Love, man. Appreciate you, man. So I just wanted to sit with you and get some pointers and some ideas. I've never done stand-up. Like, I've never used my life to create material to try to make people laugh.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll run down a checklist.
Yep.
All right, and I don't know who's directing it, but you might want to put these things on the lower third.
Ooh, on the lower third?
Yeah.
Put it
somewhere
right
around here, there should be some,
man.
somewhere, okay.
See, that's why you come to a master right there.
Yeah, you know, I know the lingo. The first thing I'll tell you is confidence is key. The reason you should be confident is primarily because you're Will Smith. Like it's not gonna go bad. No. Because I've been watching you for years. You're actually a funny dude. I've spoken to you before. You're a great conversationalist. And what else do you really need? All you need to do is pick the right to talk about.
Yeah.
So then number 2, pick the right to talk about. And the best advice I got ever doing comedy was from a comedian that was not particularly good, but the advice was very important to me. He said, you are one of these comedians that think you have to be funny all the time. And you don't. But you do have to be interesting all the time.
That's deep.
It works,
like
man.
That.
Yeah,
you have to be interesting all the time.
So you just gotta look at it like you're conducting a conversation with no rebuttal.
Got it.
They're talking back with their laughter, or in many cases, in my cases, their disapproval. It's definite. You know, but especially someone of your stature, if they can feel you, they'll never forget you. They'll be like, okay, this is the greatest that's ever happened. And you can tell them about anything. The more embarrassing it is, the more relatable you are, because because everyone thinks you're perfect. Nobody's perfect, but it's fun to be self-aware in front of people, and then a lot of times they forgive themselves for something. Just hearing somebody work through something.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've had a lot of historical wins, so people are used to me doing things well. So when I do something that's not well, it's like it breaks an image. I want to be able to be free to fail. I think I've earned the right for gigantic public failure.
The beauty is in the attempt. The fact that you're trying to do it, you're enamored with it.
The other thing is that you set up what you're doing. Like, this is part of my bucket list. Things I've always wanted to do, things I've been afraid of. So I'm jumping out of a helicopter, I'm doing stand-up.
And I'm Kathy Griffin.
And it's never been more dangerous.
Yo! What's up, boy? Yeah.
It's Will.
I got the shades on.
What's up, man?
Man, I ain't got no CeeLo dice, though.
I know, hey, listen, I was like, if that's tip, you got, trust me, we in Vegas, we gonna easily get 3 dice.
There you go.
It's a CeeLo king.
Yo. Them dice.
Don't let the smoke
Dice.
taste fool you.
Listen, they just
They'll
do.
take all your money.
They just let the dice do. They do what I want them to do. They do what I want them to do.
1, 2. Hold up, boom. Get the right angle. Bam, bam. Ooh. Bam. Damn, that's hot. So yeah, we just back from Vegas. So it was good. It was a good trip. I'm feeling very excited. All right, can I be honest with y'all? I'm just testing the camera. This is my first. It's a new camera, so I really don't have nothing to say. I'm just testing the camera.
The stand-up is about exploring my life, having the opportunity to think about my life and think about my experiences in a way to craft them into jokes is a beautiful self-exploration. With me being the source of the material, I just need help mining my life and mining my experiences to be able to structure them into a routine. I got a sense of the type of stand-up I'll do. I think I'm a straight storyteller. It's not jokes for me as much as it's stories.
As a fan, I kind of wanted him to talk about stuff that I want to know. You know, like how he feels about his family's success and how his family is growing and how they're all superstars. Talk about some close things that people really haven't heard about on stage. So it's gonna be really intimate. It's gonna be a door opening into Will's life.
It's my morning walk. I usually take a morning walk out at the house. Jada turned the whole damn house into a set. See that? Look at all that. What the f is that doing? What is she shooting on the roof? Y'all see that? That's my house. I have lost control of my house.
Tell us the real reason, the deeper reason for you as to why you are doing this.
You've known me for a really long time. You've known me for more than half of my life.
Absolutely.
You know how much fear I function under.
Absolutely.
The construction of the character of Will Smith was in order to not be scared. On the show, the way that I talked to women, the fun that I would have as a character talking to women was because of how freaking terrified I was my whole life to talk to women. What I've discovered is as I confront every little fear, it's how I build freedom. Every time I confront a fear, I feel more free.
What's up?
In my mind, there's a huge potential emotional tragedy in people going, I'm getting nervous.
Are you?
We're getting close. Yeah, I'm actually getting nervous. I'm gonna learn something about myself. One of the things I'm already clear about is I care too much what people think about me. Like there's something I have to earn from people, like addicted to adoration. Like I thought I had broken that, but as I can see, I still struggle with a little bit of a need for approval. The nerves around being judged are huge for me. It's been a big part of the difficulty in experiencing the joy that I want to experience in this life. And even doing the stand-up, if it sucks, but I'm not going to allow the fear of the disapproval of others to keep me from living the way I want.
The good news is, fear is good for comedy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the best.
I need that.
One of the best shows I ever seen, a guy that went on was terrified.
Love it. All right.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So I'm lined up for that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely lined up for that.
The other thing is you gotta remember, you're a big star.
Yep.
If you look anybody directly in the eyes, they might look away.
Wow.
That's the power of celebrity. And you're a good dude. You don't have to put on any airs. You just, whatever. You know what I mean? Being a good dude in comedy, that's rare. Comics are ass. You gonna love it, man. Hello.
What's up, man? What's happening? Whoa, hey, that's very bright.
All right, paparazzi, I'll meet you at the next place.
I keep thinking in the wrong one.
We got to keep them guessing.
Yeah. Man.
Sorry, I'm smoking in your car. Painfully addicted to nicotine. You know the hardest part for acting with me? Not looking in the camera.
Not looking up.
I can't even do the basics.
Do you have any comments about Kanye West running for president?
What?
Kanye West running for president.
I've heard nothing about this man.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't heard anything about this.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Well, hopefully we'll get the right celebrity in office.
Yes. Can you, Will Smith, or you run for president?
You would vote for me if I ran?
I would.
All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna consider it. I'm gonna take that under advisement.
Please.
And I'll be the vice president. That way, nothing bad will happen to Will.
Oh my God, that is wonderful.
A rock and a hard place.
I love you guys.
We have to make a movie together.
That will be hilarious.
All right, man, what's my last minute pep talk?
You said something to me in Vegas that I've been thinking about since you said it, about confronting fear, like that's what your life's about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a great way to live.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that is so admirable about it is, even myself, I rarely step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you know who makes me nervous when they're in the audience?
Who?
Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get starstruck and that shit. Something about when I see him in an audience,
Really?
it makes me feel bad about myself. Because I know he's better than me.
Yeah.
Even though he don't do it anymore, I'm like, you're naturally more gifted.
Eddie's hilarious, man. The Godfather.
Yeah, he's a wild dude.
Growing up with Eddie Murphy, I was from the Eddie Murphy generation, and it was just a superpower. It was magic to be able to stand on stage and make people feel like that.
Even though it's 1982, it's still a risky business to be the first black president. You have to give speeches like this. My fellow Americans.
Eddie Murphy was the singular image of what a young black man could become. And he didn't compromise his blackness. It's like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it like that.
Feel that energy? Feels good in here, doesn't it? Well, don't forget, herpes is in the room.
I've definitely used fear to overcome my internal and personal weaknesses. How can I use the negative emotion that I'm experiencing and direct it toward positive outcomes?
I'm gonna bring another guy up to the stage. This guy is actually his first time doing stand-up, but I don't know, something about this guy. I feel like he might have a future in it. And every once in a while, as the host, you gotta go with your gut. So please give this next gentleman a warm round of applause. Make some noise for What's His Face.
I know y'all like, what the hell is Will doing up there? Let me explain. It's my 50th birthday next week, yep. And I've decided I'm gonna do every damn thing I've ever wanted to do in my life. I'm gonna meet everybody I wanna meet and go everywhere I wanna go, So this is one of the first things on my bucket list, to do stand-up. Next week, I'm bungee jumping out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon on my actual birthday. Third episode, I'm gonna have sex with Kathy Griffin. Dave made me say that. It's really a new time in my life. My kids all grown, my family, they all doing their thing. And, I've kind of lost control of my house. Like Jada, she's shooting her show, the Red Table Talks. Have y'all seen that? Red Table Talk. Oh yeah, you saw it, yeah. No, you can enjoy it because she's not telling all your business. Yeah, Jada giving it up on Red Table Talk, boy. Sorry, babe. Because my wife, Jada's here. She's right here. I wasn't expecting Jada to be here. I wasn't expecting to have to say it in front of you.
Will, stick to the script.
I'm not. Oh, man. Even Jaden, like Jaden, that's my dog. Jaden was my one family member I thought I was gonna have. He got this new joint, Icon. I don't know if y'all heard, what you call an icon living, start a record label, Misfits. Yo, that joint is crazy. He recorded it in my house, put it out, and never said to me. I found out on Spotify. And I'm looking on my playlist, like, new music from Jaden Smith. Like, who the is Jaden Smith? You know, and I get to the house. I'm like, yo, Jaden, dude, that Icon joint is fire. He's talking about, shh, mommy's shooting in the other room. So I'm like, hey, yo, Jaden, man, that joint is hot. Yo, hey, you think I could jump on that remix? He talking about, I was like, he just looked at me like I'm the second best rapper in my house. So I waited for him to go to sleep. I went in the studio, I jumped on the remix anyway. Boy, you know why you was an icon living? You was born from an icon living. While he was still asleep, I just got all my Grammys and put them all over the house. He came down for breakfast in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee out my summertime Grammy. I'm petty. Like, I'm not even going to front. I'm petty. I come from a long line of petty Smiths. My father was petty. I remember when Independence Day came out, and it was like, it broke all the records and all of that, and global, biggest movie, everything. And my phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning. He like, hey. I'm like, yo, Dad, what's up? Hey, man, you see these numbers? I was like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, Dad. I ain't see that. Hey, remember I told you there ain't no such thing as luck. Remember I told you that? I'm like, yeah, Dad, man, I remember. Remember I told you there ain't no such thing as luck, only what you make. Remember I told you that? Dad, I remember. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Remember I told you there ain't no such thing as luck. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Remember I told you that? I'm like, yeah, Dad. He said, that's bull. You the luckiest mother I ever met in my life. I'm Will Smith. Thank you very much.
What I've discovered is if you are comfortable, you're not growing, and that's real. As I confront every little fear, it's how I build freedom. Every time I confront a fear, I feel more free. It's what Buddha called sublime detachment. Life is so much fun when you don't give a
performance so fun, top of my game, Balan Shaman, the sound of my name rings like the cock of a Glock. Explain my fame easy, I just shock them a lot. I first fake left, move right. All it takes is you to underestimate me, then my ego ignite. When I walk to the stage, it's like a big fight.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And man, oh man, do I have something special for you today. I've been waiting to watch this video because just the title alone has me hooked. Dave Chappelle reflects his man-to-man conversation with Will Smith and how it all went down. Now, let me just set the stage for why this is so significant. We're talking about two of the biggest names in entertainment history. Dave Chappelle, arguably the greatest comedian of our generation. Will Smith, one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, someone who's been in the public eye for literally decades. These two having a private, man-to-man conversation, and Dave talking about it publicly, this is huge. And we all know the context here, right? We're likely talking about what happened at the Oscars, the aftermath, the fallout, all of that. But what makes this different is we're getting Dave's perspective on a private moment between two men who have both navigated fame, pressure, controversy, and public scrutiny at the highest levels. Let me get situated here. I've got my water, my notepad, phone on Do Not Disturb, because I am not missing a single word of this. This is the kind of content that requires full attention. Let's jump in. Okay, first thing I notice, Dave's demeanor. He's not in performance mode. He's reflective, almost careful with his words. You can tell he's choosing every word deliberately because he knows this conversation is sensitive. He's not here to throw Will under the bus, but he's also not here to just gloss over what happened. Right from the jump, he's talking about loyalty and friendship. He's setting the foundation by making it clear that he and Will have a relationship that goes beyond Hollywood. They're not just colleagues who run into each other at events. They're actual friends. They've had real conversations. They know each other beyond the public personas. And that matters because it frames everything he's about to say. This isn't gossip. This isn't some outsider speculating. This is one friend talking about another friend during a difficult time. So Dave's describing how the conversation came about, and this is already interesting. He's saying that after the incident, and we all know what incident he's referring to, he reached out to Will, not because the media asked him to comment, not because he wanted to get a story, but because that's what friends do. When someone you care about is going through something, you check on them. In a world where everyone was quick to have an opinion, quick to make jokes, quick to pick sides, Dave's first instinct was to reach out privately as a friend. That's real loyalty. He's describing the phone call that led to them meeting up, and you can hear in Dave's voice that this wasn't a casual, hey, let's grab coffee type thing. This was intentional. This was, we need to sit down and talk about some real stuff. Pauses. Now he's getting into the actual meeting, and I'm hanging on every word. Dave's saying they met at a private location, somewhere they could talk without cameras, without interruptions, without the performance of being Dave Chappelle and Will Smith. Just two men having a conversation. And here's what's striking me already. Dave's emphasizing how important it was for them to have this conversation face to face, not over text, not over the phone, face to face. Because certain conversations require you to look someone in the eye. They require you to read body language. They require presence. In our digital age, we've lost that, haven't we? We think we can have deep, meaningful conversations through screens. But some things require physical presence. Some things require you to sit across from another human being and see their humanity. Okay, so Dave's describing the first few minutes of the conversation, and he's saying it was awkward at first. Here you have two guys who are both alpha personalities, both successful, both used to being in control, and they're navigating this incredibly vulnerable moment. Dave said he started by asking a simple question. How are you, man? Like really, how are you? And apparently Will didn't answer right away. He just sat there for a moment. And Dave said that silence told him everything he needed to know. Will was not okay. Pursuit of happiness, one of the most charismatic people on earth, sitting in silence because he didn't even know how to articulate what he was going through. That's the thing about public scandals. We see the incident. We see the memes, we see the takes, but we don't see the human being dealing with the aftermath in private. We don't see them sitting in silence, trying to process what happened and what it means for their life, their career, their family, their legacy. Dave's talking now about how Will finally opened up, and he's being very careful not to quote Will directly or reveal too much of what was said in confidence. But he's giving us the essence of it. He's saying Will was carrying a lot, not just about that night, but about years of pressure, years of maintaining an image, years of being Will Smith for the world. He's saying that what happened at the Oscars wasn't really about that one moment. It was about everything that led up to that moment. It was years of pressure finding a release valve in the worst possible way at the worst possible time. That's deep, man, because we want to reduce everything to that one action, the slap, the walk back, the speech. But Dave's saying, nah, if you want to understand what happened, you have to understand the context of Will's entire life and career. Now Dave's talking about the concept of breaking and how everyone has a breaking point. He's saying that Will Smith had spent decades being one of the most disciplined, controlled, professional people in Hollywood. He had cultivated this image of being the good guy, the family man, the positive role model. And the pressure of maintaining that image, of never being allowed to be flawed or human or messy, it takes a toll. Dave's using this analogy that's hitting hard. He's saying it's like a pressure cooker. You keep adding heat and pressure, and as long as the valve is working, everything's fine. But if that valve gets stuck, if there's no release, eventually something's gonna blow. And for Will, the Oscars was the explosion. It was the moment where all that pressure, all that pain, all that complexity came bursting out in front of the entire world. Reflective pause. You know, listening to Dave talk about this is making me think about masculinity and how we expect men, especially black men in the public eye, to behave. We expect them to be strong all the time. We expect them to never crack, never show weakness, never lose control. And when they do, we're quick to condemn without ever asking what led to that moment. Dave seems to be pushing back against that simplistic narrative. He's not excusing what happened, but he's contextualizing it. He's saying, let's be honest about the human being and the circumstances, not just the action. Continues watching. Oh man, now Dave's talking about what he said to Will during their conversation, and this is powerful. He said he told Will something like, "Brother, you're not the first person to make a mistake in front of millions of people, and you won't be the last. The question isn't whether you messed up. You did. The question is what you do now." That's friendship right there. Not coddling, not condemning, just real talk. Acknowledging the reality while also offering a path forward. Dave's saying he told Will that redemption is possible, but it requires real accountability. Not the PR scripted apology, but genuine reckoning with what happened and why it happened. He said Will needed to do the internal work, not just the public image management. And according to Dave, Will received that. He didn't get defensive. He didn't make excuses. He just listened and nodded, like someone who was ready to hear truth even when it was uncomfortable. Now Dave's getting into the broader conversation they had about fame and the cost of it. He's saying they talked about how being famous isn't what people think it is. Yes, there's money and access and opportunities, but there's also constant scrutiny, constant pressure, constant performance. You're never just a person. You're always a product, a brand, a symbol. Dave knows this from personal experience, right? He walked away from $50 million because he understood that the cost to his mental health and his autonomy wasn't worth it. So when he's talking to Will about the prison of fame, he's not speaking theoretically. He's speaking from lived experience. He's saying Will opened up about feeling trapped. Trapped by expectations. Trapped by his image. Trapped by the persona he'd built over decades. And the tragedy is that the persona was partially true. Will is talented. Will is charismatic. Will is a good person, but it wasn't the whole truth. It didn't leave room for the complexity, the pain, the struggle. This is making me think about how we consume celebrities. We want them to be perfect. We put them on pedestals and then we're shocked when they fall off. But they're human beings dealing with pressures most of us can't imagine, and we give them no grace, no room for error, no acknowledgement of their humanity. Dave seems to be saying that our relationship with celebrity culture is unhealthy, for the celebrities and for us. We create gods out of people, and then destroy them when they prove to be human. Alright, so now Dave's talking about the turning point in the conversation. He said there was this moment where Will just broke down. Not crying necessarily, but just this moment of total vulnerability where the walls came down, and it was just two men being real with each other. And Dave said he didn't try to fix it or minimize it. He just sat with Will in that moment. He said sometimes that's what friendship is. Not having all the answers, but being willing to sit in the hard stuff with someone. Man, that's wisdom. We're so quick to try to fix things, to offer solutions, to make people feel better. But sometimes people just need someone to witness their pain without judgment. Sometimes presence is more valuable than advice. Dave's describing what Will said in that vulnerable moment. And again, he's being respectful of the privacy of the conversation, but he's giving us the essence. He said Will talked about feeling like he'd let people down. His family, his fans, his community, himself. He talked about the shame, the fear of what this meant for his legacy. And Dave said he reminded Will that he's more than one moment. He's a body of work spanning decades. He's brought joy to millions. He's broken barriers. He's used his platform for good. One mistake doesn't erase all of that. But Dave also said he told Will, at the same time, you can't run from what happened. You have to own it fully and learn from it. That balance is so important. We need both compassion and accountability. We need to be able to hold both truths, that someone can make a serious mistake and still be a good person capable of growth. You know what I'm appreciating about Dave's approach to this whole thing? He's not exploiting this moment for content or clicks. He's not betraying Will's confidence. He's sharing what he feels is important for people to understand, while still protecting the sanctity of their private conversation. In an age where everything is content, where every private moment gets turned into a story, Dave is showing that you can talk about something without violating trust. You can share insights without betraying confidences. Continues watching. Now Dave's talking about how the conversation ended, and this is beautiful. He said they made a pact. He didn't say exactly what the pact was, but the implication is that it was about supporting each other, holding each other accountable, and being available as the situation continued to unfold. He said when they parted ways, there was a hug. And Dave said it wasn't one of those quick, performative Hollywood hugs. It was a real embrace. The kind of hug between brothers who have been through something together. And Dave said as he watched Will walk away, he felt a mix of emotions. Sadness for what his friend was going through, but also hope because he saw that Will was willing to do the work, willing to face himself, willing to grow from this. Man, this whole story is hitting me in my feelings because it's so rare to see this kind of authentic male friendship in public. We see guys compete. We see guys posture. We see guys perform toughness. But we rarely see men being vulnerable with each other, supporting each other emotionally, having these deep conversations about pain and growth. Dave and Will's conversation is a model for what male friendship can be. It's not just about watching the game together or cracking jokes. It's about being willing to go to the hard places with each other. Now Dave's transitioning to talking about the public reaction to everything, and his perspective on this is interesting. He's saying that the internet's response to the Oscars incident revealed a lot about our society. He said people were so quick to judge, so quick to meme, so quick to pick sides without knowing any of the context or complexity.